Good afternoon and welcome to episode 31 of the Kansas Jayhawks Dynasty, as today we are taking on the SMU Mustangs in our first Big 12 matchup of this Season 3 so far, as we have a 1-2 overall record with 2 losses to begin the season and one finally last week against the UNCC 49ers in a very, very tight matchup that should have been a lot less close than it was, but nevertheless, the Jayhawks came out on top. As you can see, we have been struggling on defense, allowing a good bit of rushing yards compared to last year, and have not had very many sacks or interceptions. Only 1 sack so far this season, and not a single interception, as compared to last year, we had so many sacks from guys like Steven Parker, Keenan Caldwell, and Caleb Taylor. It is unbelievable to imagine how far this defense has fallen, but today, we return home to Kansas to take on the Mustangs and hope to open up the Big 12 with a win in this Week 4 matchup. As you see head coach Smeems sending Maurice Butler back out there to start despite the tough start to the season. And if he gets in a bad place, it is very likely that we're going to see Conrad Hawley for the first time this year as we join the Jayhawks on down on the field to open the first quarter. That's going to be a play action for Butler. He wants to throw it immediately, nowhere to go, and he's sacked to open the day. Loses 18 as he continued to just run backwards, and the Jayhawks would quickly get to a 3rd and 24 with just over a minute gone in the quarter. Butler almost gets sacked for his safety, and he's finally able to just fire it outside to Huggins, the fullback. But just like that, this Mustangs defense, after getting embarrassed last year, is going to be on a little bit of an edge right now as we are getting the punt to them, and it's off the helmet of the return man and into the hands of one of the Jayhawks players. Was that Donovan Gaines? I believe it was. So Maurice Butler will get a chance to redeem himself. On 1st and 10, he finds Tristan Golightly, and that's the momentum you need. 19 yards. Now 1st and 10 just a few plays later. This time he's going to go to a run to Neal. Nowhere to go, and he's going to lose 4 on the play, setting up a 2nd and 14 now. Butler remains in the shotgun. Looks like it's going to be a pass this time as he's all alone. Takes the snap, wants to fire downfield, and he's intercepted by Paul. Paul's got a lot of room on the outside. The lineman is going to dive for his ankles, and he's able to get him down just barely as Maurice Butler. The Jayhawks have 2 drives before SMU has 1, and it's nothing on the board, though. Preston Stone for the Mustangs finds his favorite receiver, Nolan Matthews, on the left side for 10 yards, setting up a 2nd and inches. I was very impressed so far with how Stone had played in this game, as they're going to get it to their running back, Wren, who's going to break some tackles. Another one, all kinds of blocking as Caleb Taylor gets him down past the 30-yard line. He's going to be credited for 34 yards. Now a 3rd and 2. Stone with Wren right beside him again. It's going to be another run. This time Stone keeps it. Nowhere to go. Falling backwards. And he's finally going to get pushed down. All that running just for a 0-yard game. And they try to go for it here. 4th and 2. 3 minutes remain in the quarter. Stone wanting to run it again. And he's sacked right up the middle, as like I said earlier, Conrad Hawley comes out onto the field for the Jayhawks. First play of his time on the field as he gives it to Devin Neal for 5 yards. But unfortunately, the Jayhawks would not be able to get anything going, so they punt it again. Let's see if they can force another drop. This time he holds it down. As you can see, the Jayhawks and the Mustangs have struggled so far offensively. Now 3rd and 4 for Preston Stone on his next possession. This one's going to take the snap and he wants to throw it. Looking to run now, throwing downfield, and he's got his man. Dylan Goffney at the last second as Stone got hammered in the backfield, and now a 2nd and 6 as the final 10 seconds of this quarter wind down. Stone's going to throw it again on the outside this time. He's got Calvin Wiggins for 8 yards. And we go into the second quarter. Still 0-0 now. 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. Stone wants to throw this one again. Now he wants to run. Finally evades a man, but he can't get there. He had 3 yards on the play. They would settle for an extremely long field goal. This one's around 41 yards. 4th and 1. Snap it back. Kick is up, and it is going to be short and wide left. So the Mustangs once again fail to capitalize on their excellent field position And the score remains 0-0 now with 6:47 remaining in the quarter. Now Hawley under center, his first pass of the day. Going outside to Golightly, broken tackle into the open field. He was on an out route and he's got to beat this man into the end zone. 68 yards for a touchdown strike on the first pass of Conrad Hawley's season as he goes for 1-for-1, 68 yards and a touchdown on a beautifully thrown ball to Tristan Golightly. All it took was a little speed and a little bit of luck for him to get into the end zone as the Jayhawks now take a 7-0 lead. Still early in this second quarter as Preston Stone in this offense does not know what hit him. 2nd and 8 now for Stone. He wants to throw it outside to his running back McDaniel, who just runs right out of bounds, and he's going to lose 3. That was TJ McDaniel, the backup to the running back Wren. Now this time on a 3rd and 12. Stone once again going to throw it. Finds his man Nolan Matthews across the middle. Looked like he might have been covered, but he's able to turn upfield and get all 12 of those and more. He gets 19 on the play, so the Mustangs are driving now. 5 minutes remain in the quarter. They've got it to Wren, and he's going to get 9 yards, setting up a 2nd and 1 on that 9-yard rush. A few plays later, though, 2nd and 5 now for Preston Stone and company. A little bit of a drive here for him. This time he wants to throw it, looking outside into the end zone, and it's almost intercepted. Not the end zone, actually, right around the 2-yard line, as you could see. But unfortunately, they could not come up with the interception. Now 3rd and 5, a chance to stop him again. Stone looking to throw, and he's got Goffney again, breaking tackles. He's got 18 yards on the play. Now a 1st and goal for Stone. Takes the snap out of the shotgun. Wren was in the backfield, but it doesn't matter. Nolan Matthews with a 7-yard touchdown. And the Mustangs tie this one up before the half 3-minute mark in the second quarter. Now a 2nd and 7. Hawley looking to throw again, firing under pressure, and he's intercepted. The safety Dawson comes out of nowhere to pick that one off as it is underthrown. Hawley just heaves that one up under pressure, and the safety makes an amazing play on it. Just like that, the Mustangs have all the momentum. Now Preston Stone on 1st and 10, looking to throw. Nobody downfield, and he's sacked. Loses 7 on the play. Caleb Taylor, that time it was Stephen Parker from behind, hitting him hard. They would have to find themselves at a 3rd and 8. Preston Stone out of the shotgun, looking to get sacked again, and he fumbles it. Recovered by the lineman, who retreats backwards until he's sacked for 7 yards all the way back. This is a 4th and 40 now, as they did not know what hit them on that possession. 3rd and 13, though, for Hawley and the Jayhawks as he gets it outside to McBride. Looked like he might have been brought down by the face mask, but after 8 yards, he is just going to be brought down and setting up a 4th and 5 with 50 seconds left in the quarter. Hawley looking to run outside, got some blocking, and he's got the first down. Jayhawks still have all 3 timeouts, so here they are. 2nd and 10 now with 21 seconds remaining. Hawley looking to throw out of the shotgun, rolling out, firing, but it's too late. He stepped out of bounds. They're going to lose 6 yards and 11 seconds left on 4th and 15. Final play of the half. Hawley all alone fires downfield into the end zone. James Smith with a touchdown as time dwindles down to the final 6 seconds. And the Mustangs will begin the second half down 7 here on a 2nd and inches. Stone fires downfield to Wiggins, and he's able to cut it upfield for 17. That was Calvin Wiggins again. Now 3rd and 5 just a few plays later. Preston Stone going to give it to Wren. No, he keeps it himself, able to break the tackle, but not for long. Deuce Mayberry forces him down, and a 2-yard rush there. Not enough for the first down. So 3rd and 5 on the next Jayhawks possession. Hawley looking to throw downfield, and he's got his man, but it's broken up at the last second. Luke Grimm was shrieking down the field open, but the Jayhawks instead would have to punt. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Stone throwing outside to Goffney this time as he stiff arms a man down. Deuce Mayberry got destroyed by Dylan Goffney right there. But instead, it's a 3rd and 5. Just one play later, they give it to Wren again as he goes to the left side. But Corey Wren is not able to get the first down, so the Jayhawks get the ball back. A bunch of back and forth so far this game. 2nd and 4. Hawley Gonna give it to Neal. He's got some great blocking up the left side for 11 yards. And Devin Neal's able to finally get on track today, as we have not seen much from him. 2nd and 7. Hawley down the middle of the field's got Cardell in stride. 20 yards down inside the 10. 2nd and goal now from about the 3-yard line. This time Hawley goes to Neal and he forces itself into the end zone. 2 yards and a touchdown for Devin Neal, his first of the day. As the Jayhawks extend their lead now to 14, giving the ball back to the Mustangs with 1 second over 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. And he's got a man outside, Daniels Jr. Preston Stone had him wide open, and a blown coverage there as Roderick Daniels Jr. answers right back for the Mustangs. What a big letdown by this Jayhawks defense, as they are not able to come up with the momentum stop there, though Devin Neal on the next possession, after some great blocking on the outside, is able to cut it upfield for about 15. He has had a decent day today, 12 for 49 and a touchdown. Haven't seen much volume from him as we've expected or become used to in the past few games. This time on a 2nd and 9, Hawley goes back down the middle to Cardell. They love that 20 or 23-yard deep pitch and catch between him and Cardell, as that pass is almost always open across the middle of the field. Now 3rd and goal, Conrad Hawley rolling out, looking to fire downfield, and it's incomplete. 4th and goal set up early in this 4th quarter, as Jacob Borsia is going to have to settle for his first field goal of the day. He missed one last week late in the game. Now let's see if he can hit this one. They're letting time dwindle down just a little bit. This one is up and good, though, as the Jayhawks now take their 10-point lead back, 24-14. 2nd and 5 on the next Mustangs possession. Goffney got great blocking on a wide receiver screen, as White Schultz is forced to come all the way across the field to bring down Goffney after 19 yards. So Stone, very productive on that first play. Now 1st and 10. Let's see what they've got. Another screen, it looks like, this time to the running back, Corey Wren. He's got some great blocking. A man flattened downfield, and he's finally able to get brought down after 29. He gets inside the 10-yard line. So out of the shotgun they go again. Wren remains right beside him. He's going to give it to Wren. Some great blocking upfield, and he's got it. 9 yards as he just bounces off of defenders. The Jayhawks are in struggling territory here on offense. 3rd and inches, though. Hawley under center. I imagine this is a run, as he's going to give it to Neal. Some good blocking on the outside allows him to get to the outside just enough for 11 yards. And way more than they needed on that 3rd down conversion. Now 1st and 10 on the very next play. Conrad Hawley, under 5 minutes remains in the 4th quarter. They're up by 3. Rolling out after taking it under center. He wants to throw it to Golightly, who's open on the slant. Cuts it back inside. And a 28-yard touchdown, or not a touchdown, a 28-yard first down reception. 2nd and 9 now, though, for Hawley. He's firing to Golightly again, reaching for the end zone. He does not get there. They're going to call him short at about the half-yard line. So 1st and goal. Little less than 3 minutes remain. Hawley under center. Takes the snap. It's a play action. He's under pressure, but he dumps it to Huggins, the fullback, and he's got another one. 1-yard touchdown catch to Will Huggins, the tight end converted fullback, as I mention every time. He just deserves so much of the praise he's gotten, as he has been willing to take one for the team. As Stone's going to go downfield, and he's intercepted. Jonquay Lewis breaks the route, and he's going to return this one inside the 20 at around the 14-yard line. 31-21 is the score now, but Conrad Hawley is going to see if they can extend this lead now, as he goes outside to Golightly on his 2nd touchdown of the day. 15-yarder this time. Last time it was around 70 yards. This time it's just 15 yards. 4th and 18 for the Mustangs on their next possession. They were just trying to get anything going downfield. Stone's going to fire, and he's got Nolan Matthews, but it wouldn't make much of a difference. 33-yard touchdown there, but the Jayhawks will persevere in this game. 38-28 as the final play would be a desperation heave by Preston Stone and a Hail Mary that just innocently falls to the ground. And the Kansas Jayhawks are now back to 500, 2-2 on the season. and officially undefeated in conference play. 1-0 so far this year as Conrad Hawley makes his first appearance of the season with a terrific, perfect performance. 19 of 28, 200 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Does this solidify Conrad Hawley as the starter? I very much believe it does, but we'll have to check out the statistics and see what the next matchup is as we go into the post-game conference. And it is very likely that this is the last time we're going to see Maurice Butler if Conrad Hawley keeps up this type of play. 19 of 28 for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Just an amazing effort to come in here and dominate this game. Maurice Butler in his limited action, 5 of 6 for 54 yards and an interception. So he wasn't playing terrible. He just finally, that turnover kind of ended it off for him. Devin Neal finished the day 21 of 69, 3.2 yards per carry and a touchdown as well. Conrad Hawley had 6 rushes for 3 yards once you take sacks into account. Receiving wise, Luke Grimm had himself an amazing day, 8 for 98, but Tristan Goletly, 5 catches for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had that long 68-yard touchdown catch, which was just outstanding to kind of get us some momentum. Will Huggins, 3 for 9, but he did have a touchdown. Trevor Cardell, 3 for 48, no touchdown. And James Smith, 1 catch for 32 yards and a touchdown. This game was just kind of a great feeling for this team overall. It really wasn't that close. You kind of had a feeling the whole time that the Jayhawks were going to be in control and we were going to win this game. I mean, it only ended up being a 10-point win, but it felt a lot more than that as SMU did score late in the game. And now we really have to look forward to a 2-3 Houston team in our second conference matchup. Houston has had some interesting seasons so far in their first 2 years as a Big 12 member. Last year, obviously, I don't believe they won a single game. I think they ended up 0-12, but this year so far, they've beat FCS East, they've beat Boston College, they did lose to Oregon State, Kansas State, and Oklahoma State. So all 3 teams, all 3 main big teams that they have played, or both conference teams that they have played, they've lost to. So hopefully we're going to be able to take advantage of this Houston matchup and get a nice 3rd win into the season, because after that, it doesn't get any nicer to us. We've got Houston, then we go into a massively outweighed matchup against Oklahoma, who we have not been able to quite upset yet. We've came close both years, but we haven't just got there yet. Iowa State has fallen off the map, or the face of the planet, so they are 1-4. Not as big of a matchup there, but still very talented Iowa State team. Last year, West Virginia upset us in a key matchup on our way to 6 wins. Luckily, we were still able to get there, but it would have been a lot easier if we had beat West Virginia. So the schedule doesn't get any easier. Not as many teams are ranked this year. Like Texas Tech fell off from being a top 10 team to now 1-4. But still, after Houston, it does not get any easier. So I'm not looking forward to that. And recruiting-wise, we are falling a little bit behind. We haven't had a commitment yet, but a few guys have been stolen from us. As you can see, most of the normal guys that we had earlier in the year are still here. We are struggling to hold on to some people. As you can see, we did finally get Deontay Vincent as the number 1 spot there, but other than that, the athletes are holding place right now. They're catching up to us a little bit, but we should be able to get them once visits come around and all that. We didn't really recruit the receiver or the running backs, but receivers are going to be very important for this class, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Let me know down below who should be the starting quarterback next week. I feel like it's pretty obvious Conrad Hawley has won the spot, but if you guys still think Maurice Butler deserves a chance, let me know. But for now, going forward, Conrad Hawley will most likely be the starter. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as this series continues every Monday and Thursday of each week. And I'm just excited to continue this Season 3 as we are already in a Week 7 after bye weeks. So this year 3 has went by very quickly, and I mean, we could be in bowl season in just a few weeks, which is crazy to think about. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching me and watching this series, and I'll see you guys next episode as we take on the Houston Cougars.